What's up, Godzilla fans? Godzilla 72 or Samson West, whichever you prefer. I'm bringing you my next Godzilla figure review. If you saw my very first video, you saw all my really cool things that I got at G-Fest, and I'm reviewing those one by one before I get started on the rest of my awesome collection. So, let's go ahead and show you what I got next. Now, I got the Toys Dream Project, Godzilla 1975, and Titanosaurus by Bandai. I was very fortunate to get these guys for the price that I got them at. I ran all around the dealer's room on the first day of G-Fest, and every time I came up to a set, I said, hey, how much for this? Hey, how much for this? And, oh, this was actually after I bought these two. I just got lucky out of coincidence. So anyway, I went around after I bought these guys, and I said, hey, how much for this set, just out of curiosity. And it was $175 to, like, it was $125 to $175, excuse me. So, yeah, I bought these guys for $50 in their box with their tags still attached. There's nothing wrong with it. The tape was already cut, like the box was opened once maybe, but there was nothing wrong with it. So, oh yeah, if you want to see the box, I'll separate these two, like the gates of heaven or something. And hallelujah, here's what the box looks like. I gotta keep it at an angle because otherwise you see that awful glare. So here's what the box looks like for these guys. Now I'm not gonna go into detail and do front, back, side to side, up and down on this box and show you what everything looks like, because that'll take up way too much time. But yeah, there's the box, and here's what they look like with their respective tags. 1975 and Titanosaurus. Now, each one of them is unique in their own way. Well, not really. They're both black and white, one sheet, nothing on the back. But they're each unique in the fact that they have different monsters on each one of them. Now, this one says Godzilla 1975 in Japanese, and this one says Titanosaurus. And they each have the little Bandai logo on the bottom right there. So, there's each of their tags. Okay. I'll go a little bit into history behind these guys, not too much. It was the final movie in the original Godzilla series, Terror of Mechagodzilla, 1975. I've said that way too many times already. It was the third time that this suit was used. I'll go into detail on that a little bit later with some other figures that I have to compare with him. And it was the first and last time they used this suit. Haha. So, Mechagodzilla came back. The aliens rebuilt him. He was resurrected after he had been destroyed in the previous movie by Godzilla and King Caesar, which actually is my first figure, the Bandai King Caesar, and I'll review him later. He's awesome. So they resurrected Mechagodzilla. Dr. Mifune, a respected scientist turned mad scientist because he was basically crucified by his fellow scientists. They used him and his daughter Katsura as like little helpers. The aliens used them as little helpers to help destroy Tokyo, and used Katsura, a cyborg daughter, as a remote control for Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla. Godzilla killed Titanosaurus, he destroyed Mechagodzilla, and he walked off into the sunset at the end of the movie. Classic John Wayne. So anyway, that's history behind these two. So let's get on to other things. Articulation, that's what you want to hear. So for Godzilla, his head spins all the way around. Each arm spins all the way around. Careful though, you got to pull them out just a little bit, otherwise they'll hit the body. Each leg spins all the way around. So yeah, look at that. The tail does not spin all the way around. It stays in one place because it has a glue seal. But I know for a fact that if you break that glue seal, it will spin, because just like any other Bandai figure that has a glue seal, you break it, it will spin. So that's what that looks like. Titanosaurus, exact same way. Head, all the way around. Each arm, all the way around. I'm not going to spin them all the way around, because they will scrape up against the thighs, and that will scratch off the paint. So just know that each of those spins all the way around, along with each leg which is actually in kind of a weird fixated position. They will spin all the way around, but I don't want to move them too much, or they might scrape the paint that's here on his belly that runs down. I don't want to do that because these are pretty nice rare figures for what they are. So that's what that is like. Detail, I forgot to do that first. I should have done that. Detail on these guys, it's magnificent. You know, they did a better job with this one because they made him charcoal black instead of the Bandai Memorial Box Godzilla, a light green. And they did the shading on the knees, the chest, the top of the head. They have his really menacing looking eyes. They did that great. They have his kind of goofy looking snout that's a little droopy. They have his really wobbly fins that go down his back, solid silver. And yeah, his 3 feet, just like he'd had ever since 1962. Yeah, there's that. Titanosaurus, he has the warty kind of exterior skin. He has that aqua, kind of just came out of the water look to him, which I like a lot about this guy. He has, I really like the way they blended the color of like this weird pink to the white that runs down his back and in his tail. And the way they did his chest was really nice too. I really love that. His eyes are really good. You can't really see them. I'm sorry, I can't zoom in. I have a really crappy camera. But his eyes, he has the solid like yellow gold eyes and the slit cat eye pupil. And I can't show you like I said, but just know this. He has his tongue sticking out of his mouth slightly. If you have the other Titanosaurus, you can take a look at that. He has his tongue sticking slightly out of his mouth, his little snake-like tongue. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's that for detail on these guys. They did a really good job. I'm proud of you, Bandai. Keep up the good work in the future. I hope to see some more stuff soon. Let's go on to sizing. I have the other of these exact same figures. I have the Bandai Memorial Box Godzilla 1975 and the original Bandai Titanosaurus. So look at that. Yeah. The only difference between these two is that this one is, well, the original one is a light, weird green, and this one is the good old charcoal black. They did a better job with this one with the accuracy for like the way it looked compared to the movie than this one. I still love these. Do not get me wrong. I love both the other ones, but they did a better job with these two. And this one is just rare. When I went to G-Fest, people were just saying, oh, it's really hard to find Titanosaurus nowadays. That's why he's like $100 and something fucking dollars. So, yeah, that's why he's that much money. Even though I'm able to find him pretty easily all over the internet, he's still the same price. This one is more of a dry look in my eyes. He's really dry looking compared to this one. He's not as shiny and slick and just came out of the water, aqua, mammal, marine, whatever. But he's still really cool. I like the lighter color. He does look a little bit better in the lighter sense compared to this one. Like when he's out in the daylight fighting Godzilla the second time. So yeah, there's what these two look like compared to their exact same figures, just different paint jobs. Now, oh, you want to see what these guys look like compared to Mechagodzilla, don't you? Well, I can show you that. Here's the Bandai 1975 Mechagodzilla. I wish I had the Bandai Chigoken GD something Mechagodzilla 1975, but I don't. I ran out of money at G-Fest before I could get them. I do have the 1974 Chigoken blah blah blah, but I'm not going to show you him because that's a little whatever. I'm weird that way. But this is the Mechagodzilla 1975. See, MG2. Look at that. But yeah, if I could recommend a Mechagodzilla, get the other one. This one's nice, but get the other one. So that's what he looks like compared to this one. Now, I told you before they used this suit 3 times. So, I'm going to show you what he looks like with his other suits. I actually have all 2 of the other figures that makes it all 3 of the figures. Here's 1974 by Bandai, and here's 1973 by X Plus. A little bit of a size difference here, but you'll get the basic idea. There was not much of a difference between this one and this one. They made the face, they had a few alterations in the face. The body is the exact same thing. See, here's the three-toed feet, the big thighs, the round belly, all that stuff. But the difference between this guy and this guy, they did a little bit more significant damage to the head to make it look a little bit different. He's a little bit more menacing, kind of a droopy snout. Not too much difference though. So there we go. Here's the side, their profile for each of these guys. Oh shit, let's scoot those forward. Here's the profile for each of these guys. The fins running down the back, the profiles of their bodies. They pretty much look exactly the same. So that's what they look like all the same. Alright, review this guy later, maybe this guy later. And here we go. There's the two figures again. I covered everything, you guys. I'm proud of this set. I'm glad to have showed you these. So, yeah. Thanks a lot, you guys.